You know what's worse than Georgia heat in July? Coming out to your garden and finding that something has beaten you to your vegetables. Again, something with 6 legs, no legs, and 0 remorse. I'm talking about garden pests. And here in Georgia, we've got plenty to fight with. Today, I'm sharing 5 simple, common-sense ways to keep the bugs at bay. Protect your squash from those sneaky vine borers, and save your lettuce from whatever tiny monster thinks it's a salad bar. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, row covers. The bug bouncer of your garden. Think of these as a velvet rope. Bugs aren't on the list, and they're not getting in. Row covers are lightweight, breathable fabric you lay right over your plants. Light and water get through. Squash bugs and vine borers, they don't. I mentioned these evil trolls in a previous video about creating a deterrent plan before planting. These little moths love to sneak in and lay their eggs at the base of your squash stems. Once those eggs hatch, well, let's just say your squash never stood a chance. Row covers also protect your leafy greens, lettuce, kale, spinach from flea beetles and cabbage worms that treat them like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Tip 2. Let plants do the work for you in the form of companion planting, because sometimes the best pest control is just putting the right neighbors next to each other. At some point in your gardening journey, you'll hear about the magical effect of marigolds for keeping pests away. In reality, they may act as a repellent for a few nasties like soil-dwelling nematodes, but they're not extremely effective in controlling most pest issues. So, unless you love their fragrance or beautiful flowers, don't go crazy planting them. On the other hand, basil planted near your tomatoes and other veggies repels mosquitoes, flies, aphids, mites, and tomato hornworms. Nasturtium, another beautiful flowering plant, repels aphids and squash bugs from your vegetables, but can attract beneficial garden dwellers like bees and butterflies. Dill and fennel attract beneficial insects, the good guys, like parasitic wasps and ladybugs that eat the bad guys. It's basically hiring a security team, and they work for free. Tip 3, and this one's free. Pay attention. Walk your garden every day and inspect early and often. This way, you can catch them before they multiply. I know you're busy, but here's the thing. Bugs are busier, and they reproduce faster than you can say, "Where'd my lettuce go?" Flip over your leaves and check the undersides. That's where aphids cluster, where cabbage worm eggs hide, and where spider mites set up shop before you even know they're there. A few eggs today is 1,000 caterpillars next week. For squash vine borers, check the base of your squash stems for tiny, reddish-brown eggs. They look like little sesame seeds stuck to the stem. Find them, remove them with a piece of tape or your fingernail, and squash them. Pun absolutely intended. Spotted a hornworm on your tomatoes? Hand pick it off. Yes, with your hand. It's big, it's green, it's alarming, but it won't hurt you. It will, however, eat your entire tomato plant if you leave it there. Georgia gardeners are tougher than hornworms. Probably. Tip 4. Neem oil and insecticidal soap spray. When you need to bring in reinforcements without nuking your whole garden ecosystem, these two are your best friends. Neem oil is pressed from the seeds of the neem tree, and bugs absolutely hate it. It disrupts their feeding, their growth, and their will to live in your garden. Mix it with a little dish soap and water, shake it up, and spray it on affected plants, especially the undersides of leaves where pests hide. Insecticidal soap spray works by breaking down the outer coating of soft-bodied insects like aphids, whiteflies, and spider mites. It's effective, it's affordable, and it breaks down quickly so it won't harm birds or beneficial insects once it dries. One tip: spray in the evening or early morning. Not in the full Georgia midday sun, or you'll cook your plants along with the bugs. Been there. It's not a good look. Tip 5. Diatomaceous earth. Yes, it sounds like something out of a science textbook. Yes, you will mispronounce it at the garden center. But once you start using it, you'll wonder how you ever gardened without it. Here's what it is. Fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms called diatoms, ground into a superfine powder. To us, it feels like talcum powder. To insects, especially soft-bodied ones and anything with an exoskeleton, it's like crawling through broken glass. It damages their outer coating and dries them out. Not a pleasant way to go if you're a bug. Deeply satisfying if you're a gardener. Sprinkle it around the base of your squash and zucchini plants to create a barrier that crawling pests, including squash bugs, cucumber beetles, and slugs, really don't want to cross. It also does a number on flea beetles and aphids that are attacking your lettuce and leafy greens. Now, hear me and hear me well. Diatomaceous earth only works when it's dry. Here in Georgia, that can be a challenge because we can get rain and then we get more rain, and then humidity laughs at our rain. After every rainfall or heavy watering, you'll need to reapply. Make it part of your routine, and it'll stay effective all season. Also, and this is important, use food-grade diatomaceous earth, not the kind sold for swimming pool filters. Same name, very different product. Food grade is safe around kids, pets, and your vegetables. The pool kind is not. So there you have it. 5 simple ways to keep garden pests from winning this summer. Row covers, companion planting, daily inspection, diatomaceous earth, and neem oil spray. No hazmat suit, no expensive chemicals, just a little consistency and a lot less tolerance for bugs. Your squash, your lettuce, and your sanity will thank you. Happy gardening, Georgia. And may your harvest be plentiful and your pests be someone else's problem.